Okay guys, we're taking a look at two action cameras that are affordable and would be reasonable price for somebody who's looking into getting a first-time dash camera. We're looking at the Sony action camera, the HDR AS15, and we're going to be looking at the Mobius action camera, which is a very small action camera. They both shoot 1080p at 30 frames per second. The Sony action camera does 1080p at 60 frames per second, but we're not in the 60 frames per second mode. And the Sony action camera does 170 wide angle, while the Mobius action camera does 120. But I'll say this, I'm keeping both cameras at 120 because you can't change the frame rate of the Sony action camera to 120 degrees. And 120 degrees basically brings on optical image stabilization, which they call steady shot. Other than that, everything is just stock. There's nothing really, you can't change the white balance, anything like that, because like I said, that is the very first edition of the Sony action camera. So you can see one is set up as a dash camera because the Mobius action camera can be used as a dash camera, is what we use it for. So if you do see like a timestamp, that is why you see that. But like I said, I'm just going to be quiet and let you guys enjoy the quality. And they both record audio. The Sony action camera is known for recording better audio than the GoPro. The Mobius action camera you can get on Amazon.com for around 80 bucks, and the Sony action camera model that I'm using right now is around, I think, like 99 bucks, 100 bucks. And like I said, it's always been one of the greater action cameras, like picture quality wise. It's more vibrant than the GoPro, and the reason why I like it is because it has the image stabilization. It has other stuff that the GoPro doesn't have. The Mobius action camera does not have steady shot, which isn't really a bad thing, I don't think. They both, like I said, shoot full 1080p at 30 frames per second, so they're going to get you pretty good quality. And you're not going to use a Sony action camera as a dash camera. There's no like feature for that, which I think that would be a pretty cool thing. Putting a Sony action camera in your car and using it as a dash camera would be pretty cool, because of the sensor size and the quality size. The quality is pretty badass. But like I said, I'm gonna not talk in this so you hear what the quality is and just enjoy the ride. If the Sony action camera is a little bit shaky, it's because it's in the skeleton case and not the waterproof housing, because the waterproof housing for some reason has been making the quality of my camera look very poor. And I don't know if the waterproof housing got it like messed up or whatever, but it makes the quality look horrible. So we'll definitely see if the Sony action camera is on par with a camera that's only like 80 bucks. And the Mobius dash camera, there's the dash camera version, has the dash camera feature, and then there's the feature that is just an action camera. I could have had it where it was just an action camera, but in the settings I enabled that. I made it where you can use it as a dash cam because that's what I use it for. But They both take micro SD cards up to 32 gigabytes, so you're gonna get pretty good battery life. Like you're gonna get like an hour off of the Sony action camera, but I do not know what you get off of the Mobius action camera. I don't, because I've never used it to its full potential, and I've never used it outside the car. So, with that being said, from what I've seen multiple times of looking at the footage on the Mobius looks incredible for the price. It looks almost on par with like the Hero Black, the Hero 3 Black edition of the GoPro, which back then was pretty good. If you go back and look at that camera, it was pretty good for the time. And you don't always have to get a GoPro to have an action camera. The Sonys have great mounts, great everything. It's just the reason why people buy. So I'm gonna cut in on myself. So the Mobius action camera is on the right, and on the left is the Sony action camera, and you can definitely tell they're very, very sharp and very good for the price range. Like I said, if you want to start out with a camera and you don't know if you're going to really want to get 4K or not, or if your computer can even handle 4K, these are the cameras you should try. It's the Sony HDR AS15, which does 1080p at 60 frames per second. It does slow motion, time lapse, and a lot of other stuff. And the Mobius action camera just has a dash camera feature where it will continuously record, or you can have it as a regular action camera, and you can hear both quality of the audio. The audio on the Mobius is good. It's a little tinny, and when you listen to the Sony action camera's audio, it's a little bit more bassy, a little bit more rich. So as always, remember to rate, even if you hate, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think. This was a sunny day here in Florida around 7 o'clock, so you did get the real world test of what this camera can do in a bright, sunny environment. So I might do a low light test sometime soon, but I'm Trevor from Trevor's Phone Reviews, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Alright, bye-bye.